yesterday we talked about the fact that the Chinese government is banning its biggest software companies from importing specific Nvidia chips. And today we have this announcement from yesterday that Nvidia and Intel are to develop AI infrastructure and personal computing products. And as a result of that, Nvidia is to invest $5 billion in Intel common stock. That is the collaboration that they have announced. The idea here is, and I'm quoting from the press release, is to jointly develop multiple generations of custom data center and PC products that accelerate applications and workloads across hyperscale, enterprise, and consumer markets. Obviously, the Intel chart did like that piece of news a lot, bringing it up here, sharing it on screen. Before the news, stock was trading at $25, and it instantly teleported to $32. After that, has settled around $30.40, so is up 23% on the day, which is an insane movement. Now that I reflect to the start of the show, where Brett asked the very good question of the things that we are looking at and which caught a bid, and we looked at DeFi ecosystems on Solana and other things. AVAX up 20% on the week. This up 28% on the week. And here you have a company with $142 billion market cap also jumping to ending 2%, but on the day.
What about government plus Nvidia backed tech stock?
Beauty.
What about a little bit of that?
Love those words.
Government backed, Nvidia backed, buy that stock, right? Look, my quick query on this, and I want to get to Brett's headline because I know he has to shoot a little bit earlier today, but my quick query and thinking on this is, it's concerning to me, maybe from a more holistic perspective, how many traditionally capitalist people in the States seem to be cheering on the centralization of decision making when it comes to the centralization of decision making and allocation of government resources into private companies, and the kind of clawing in of private companies into the government's like arc of responsibility, arc of decision making. And I feel like it's a not a great road to go down. I'm not entirely certain that I've thought it through fully enough to take a view on its specific consequences for the market, apart from that it's an extension of the president's market, where before he just says stocks are going to go up and then they go up, and now they just buy, they just participate, they just take portions of company stock, and then the stock goes up. So, in the short to near term, I feel like that's the specific consequence. But beyond that, I think there's some hairy things to try to work through if the government ends up taking stakes in a variety of things. And we've talked about this on the show before. There is historical precedence for governments taking stakes in private industry, so it's not like it's entirely uncommon. There was a bunch that happened during COVID, for example, where the states did that, and companies in the UK had the similar thing happen. So it's not entirely uncommon, but I do think it's a strange thing. It's a strange circumstance, and it kind of feeds into this broader geopolitical challenging environment at the moment, where in order to compete with China, it kind of feeds into the tariff war, feeds into the cold economic war that's taking place with China. Where it's like, look, if we're going to need to be far more strategic about this. And as Legendary said, the chips, China responded in their own way a couple of days ago. So I don't know what the things. I just wanted to highlight that and was curious for any of your guys' thoughts. Brad, did you want to come in here?
Nothing jumps out at me specifically, no. If Legendary's got a thought.
One sentence only, because I think then we need to move on. I think that battle for AI dominance is the most important battle that we are seeing in human history.